I was on the toilet.
Okay.
And on the floor,
yes,
I found a little plastic, like one of those plastic tags. That's
I was going to look up what those were called.
Yeah, what are those? So it's a plastic tag. Everybody knows what it is. It's so you can put a price tag on a shirt, and it's like it clips right through the fabric. Usually, one side's fat, one side's skinny. That can like pull right through the thread if you need to, but most times you got to cut it to get it off, and then one goes wherever.
Yeah,
and you put the other in the trash. Anyway, it was the heavy end, the bigger end.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this fell on the floor. Oh, it's somebody, whatever, got new clothes and left it there, whatever. So I picked it up. I was going to throw it away. The trash can's to the right of me by the commode. And it like, it slipped out of my hands, whatever. It's like the air from the vent. There's a vent right there.
Okay.
And it sort of like started like helicoptering, like. It was going to fall down on the floor, but I never saw it fall. And then I just lost sight of it. I was like, where did it go? I know it's small.
It is.
Chance it could be just on the floor and I don't see it. Probably there. It's probably somewhere. It's just probably on the floor somewhere. I didn't see it. But I looked. I was like,
yeah,
where the fuck did it go? Why don't I see it? Where did it go? And I didn't care enough about it. It wasn't that big of a deal to me that I just, whatever.
Well, it's not that big of a deal. You gave a cursory look. You didn't find it. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going to affect me. It's not going to bother me. Somebody else might pick it up. My family, whatever. Somebody is
that butterfly wing flap isn't going to really affect.
It's not going to affect anything. It can be there for the rest of the time I live here, and I might never notice. Like it might be, it's so small that it could slip between like the floorboard, the floor.
The floor and the overlap of the register.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. It could have gone right down the vent. It might have went right down because it was kind of like
it could have been like at this angle to you.
Yeah.
And then caught on a wind and just went like this to that perfect and it's clear, thin plastic.
It could be like sitting right up. So yeah, whatever.
And it could have just slid right, like rode like a reverse air current down into the vent.
There's a million things that could have happened to this thing.
True.
It could still exist, and there's probably a completely normal explanation for it. But for 1 second, I thought, I was like, you know what? No, I'm finding it. I'm not letting this go. I'm finding this fucking thing. And I looked everywhere. When I get my eyes real wide as I look around, nowhere.
You opened your eyes extra wide
even.
Like cartoon wide.
I cartoon wide.
Okay. All right. Just make sure
I'm going to find this instead of not giving a fuck. Yeah. And then I only did that for about maybe 4 seconds. And then I was
can't do that long.
And then I was
cartoon wide is not that long.
And then I was quickly even back to I don't give a fuck anymore. Who cares about that thing?
Oh, it's exhausting.
And then my next thought was, I wonder how often I've done this exact thing where something doesn't make sense. Like, did I see that? Like you see a mirage or something. Mirages always blow my mind. It's like, mirages exist. Wait, a mirage? I remember being a kid and someone said, "Oh, that's just a mirage." What do you mean? Why is there water down that street? There's a bunch of water.
Why is there water?
There's like flooding. I was like, no, there's not. It's just a mirage. Like, what do you mean a mirage?
It just looks.
Go look, and when you get closer, it'll be gone. And I get closer, and it fucking disappears. I remember being a kid, and be like, that exists. Like sometimes we just see things that don't exist, and they just disappear. What the fuck?
See, I was disappointed with our mirages because when I thought of mirages, I thought of cartoon mirages, water and trees,
like a city or something. I'm sure this is such a small, tiny occurrence that if I didn't say anything to anybody, I would have probably forgot that even it happened today.
Yeah,
much less forever. Like that moment is not a significant moment.
Yeah, that moment would have just happened.
Yeah,
It
and
would have
would
been a
have
private
forgotten. It's
moment
just the
for
thing
you
think
and
about.
that
But that
plastic
made me think, though, then
price tag.
how many
fastener.
other times have something like that happened? Like something unexplained happened. And my son was probably 2 or 3. And he was staying the night at my mom's house. And we were at our house. He was not there, lived 29 miles away, whatever it was. And we were in bed asleep. And we like middle of the night, dead asleep. And we both heard a kid calling like, "Mommy, mommy!"
What?
And we both heard it, and we both woke up out of our sleep. Was like, "Did you hear that?" Like, yeah, Henry's not here. And we were both like, but he's not here. We both heard his voice, and we both ran. I got up and we didn't both. She went right back to sleep, and I got up and looked around like, "Where am I here?" I never knew what that was. Anyway, so things like that probably happen. Now that's a little more startling because that's like.
Well, I mean, I would like to think that was a wonderful little moment where maybe he woke up at grandma's house and went mommy, and it just crossed the barriers. I'd like to think that.
I mean, that could be a thing because it was his voice, and we were so in tune to him at that time. Like we are his caregivers. There is a bond there.
Yeah, and his voice could have crossed miles, like on a weird.
I'm with you, Dale. Just concentrate hard and think to me. It's telepathy. Over.
Can this be real?
Filial. Oh, what are those soup can phones? Like it just translates like a magical line.
Well, and there's that thing like people know, you see it in movies like where somebody knows some like their grandma died and they just know it, they just feel it, whatever. So maybe it's a thing like if he not to be morbid or if something terrible would have happened to him, we would have maybe felt something and not known we were feeling it,
not knowing why you're suddenly overwhelmed with grief. And you're talking to the doctor about your son who recently passed, and they're like, yeah. What time did he pass? Oh, it was at this time on this night. That was the night we were overwhelmed with grief.
A woman in Wisconsin is doing the dishes when suddenly she's possessed by a terrifying feeling. She's positive that her young daughter has just been in an accident. She quickly makes a desperate phone call, only to learn that her feeling was true.
Both my mom and my grandmother always said that they feel a pain every birthday of their children. Like my mom or my grandma would say she feels a pain every February 13th when my mom was born. Like she was like, at the time she was born, I feel that labor pain, which is probably not real, psychosomatic.
It is probably, it's probably just fun bullshit.
But that to say, it's probably all bullshit. But to say there are times when something disappears or something moves like that, I know I didn't put it there. What happened, where we don't give it any thought. But maybe these are all just little clues that the universe isn't what we think it is, and there are, like you were saying, multi dimensions. And but we're all just too lazy to investigate. Like none of us investigate because we're like, other stuff to do.
Well, I mean,
don't feel like it.
We don't feel like it because we're doing other things to keep our silly existences going on.
So the secret universe stays secret out of sheer laziness.
Exactly. Most things, good and bad, exist due to the inaction of the majority.
Yeah, that's, I guess.
For good, for good or bad, for good, and sometimes now it feels a little bit more bad. The inaction of the majority has led to, the shit storm we're in. Yeah. Well, I mean, the stock market was doing good for a while.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yes. You got any stocks?
Oh, dude.
Carlos Summer here.